Guys, the freaking blatant nature of the latest smear campaign against Meghan and Harry had me raging. Because what the F? These two, they what did they do? They just did a tour. First of all, Harry popped up to the UK to do some promotion for the Invictus Games, which is meant to celebrate British war veterans, the war veterans from around the world, and to help with their mental health or physical health, something that should be important to the British royal family at the end of the day, because these soldiers are fighting for them and their freaking colonial empire and everything like that, right? At the end of the day, yet they could not be bothered to support their own veterans in order to spite Prince Harry, right? The family did not show up, but you know what family showed up? The Spencer family. That's right. Princess Diana's family showed up and showed out for their Prince Harry, and it was beautiful, and it made the royals look bad, right? They looked petty. They looked ridiculous. And so what do? As usual, they attack through the media. Before Harry even wound up in the UK, there were articles coming out claiming that Charles was going to snub him. Charles has no time for Harry. So what does Harry do? He confirms, because what happens in the BRF, they go behind your back, but Harry will always stand on business. He will always attach his name to things. Unlike King Charles, unlike Queen Camilla, unlike Prince William, unlike Kate Middleton, right? He will clearly say what he has to say with his chest. He said, you know what? It's true. My father has no time for me. He doesn't have time. His diary is full all of a sudden. Mind you, Charles hadn't been doing all that much for months, right? And rightfully so. He's 70-something years old with cancer. But all of a sudden, when Prince Harry is in town, he's so busy. He's got a garden party to throw and everything like that all royals must attend. Coincidence? I think the F not, right? And so when Princess Diana's family showed up for him, the royal family looked so petty, so bitter, and so stupid. So what do? They launch an attack. Oh, Harry rejected Charles's invitation for him to stay in some homes that he offered him. You know what? F that home, if that is even true. Good for Harry, because guess what? Harry had Frogmore Cottage that was supposed to be the home that he always stays in when he comes back to the UK. He and Meghan used their own money to renovate it and everything like that, but King Charles evicted him. So screw you and whatever property you want to offer me after you took away my property. Second of all, Harry still does not get the amount of security that he wants to have in the UK because King Charles forbids him from having that. He had to sue, and I think he lost the lawsuit. So that's another thing, that we still can't forget in this situation. Charles is not some good guy who offered his son a home and who was just so coincidentally busy, when his son is in town, despite the fact that he's not really up to much all the other days of the year thus far. Right? So they looked stupid. They launched that attack in the press, and it's honestly such a nothing burger. No one cares about that story because at the end of the day, whatever. Harry stays where he feels comfortable staying at the end of the day, and good for him. So next, what happens? He goes to Nigeria with his wife, Meghan Markle, and they have the most amazing tour there. They look incredible. Juxtapose this to when William and Kate went on their own tour, and they were shaking hands with people through cages. The optics on that were crazy, right? I think that was in Jamaica. But meanwhile, in Africa, in Nigeria specifically, Harry and Meghan were so embraced. I think it was reported that they received over 500 gifts. 4 Nigerian chiefs from different states came together to welcome these two and to greet them. They even gave them royal titles in Nigeria, which is incredible, you guys. They were just so loved there. It was incredible. Meghan found out that she was 43% Nigerian through some sort of a DNA test and everything like that. She said, "Thanks for welcoming me home." Everybody loved it. It was beautiful. The photos were beautiful. The public was they rolled out the red carpet for them. It was stunning. It was honestly incredible, right? And so what happens? The royal family is upset because their stupid garden party that no one cared about got no press. And then, what was it? Prince William almost threw his back out, digging up something on some kind of an island. Then he got ignored by some children. They were fighting for front pages, and they just could not win against Meghan and Harry. So what happens next? Their cronies over in the press decide to try and dig up some dirt on Meghan and Harry in order to tarnish their names and to bring them down from the high of their uber uber successful Nigerian tour in order to promote the Invictus Games, right? So what happens? Some stupid article comes out saying, oh, the Archwell Foundation can no longer raise funds because they're delinquent. They were supposed to pay some sort of a fee and the check didn't arrive. So now they're in delinquency. And so that some publications, and I had to unfollow Us Weekly magazine for this because they did not utter a single word about and this was on Instagram, on their Instagram page, about that Nigerian tour going super well, anything about it. But they pop up with this kind of story. You're obviously working for this family. So, yeah, they come up with a story. They try to push it like it's this huge deal. And guess what? The next day it's squashed because it was a problem, yes, but not the fault of the Archwell Foundation or Meghan and Harry. It was the fault of the government itself. And now the governor of California is coming out to defend Meghan and Harry against the smear campaign. Let's take a look at this video and talk about it. Shout out to Duchess of Sussex on Instagram. I love this page for keeping us in the loop all the time. So take a look at what the governor had to say to defend Meghan, Harry, and the Archwell Foundation.
Has been placed on the Archwell Foundation. I'm here at a behavioral health site, a mental health site. Archwell Foundation, run by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, do extraordinary work, particularly women and girls, but notably around mental health. And I just want folks to know, not only are they in compliance, there's a technical paperwork issue that was wildly over hyped. And with respect, I hope people that ran those headlines run this headline, that it was a very typical technical issue around paperwork that persists for so many others as well. And they're
so you see how you said, oh, you see how y'all were quick to come down on them and to trash them and everything with that headline saying that they were delinquent, this, that, and the other. I hope you were just as quick to clear their names and say this was not their fault. This was a typical clerical error and everything is well and good. And guess what? The publications like Us Weekly, Daily Fail, the Metro Express, whatever, that are out there to hate on these people and to drag their name, they're not going to be so quick to publish this. In fact, I doubt that, maybe at the bottom of these articles that they've already published, they'll say, actually, this has been cleared up, but they're not going to push the story as quickly as they pushed the negative one. And I love that the governor called them out.
in full compliance, and they're a celebrated organization that does great work in the state of California. So I wanted to clarify that because that's important. And I just thought there was a little bit of a piling on that was deeply unfair. Unbelievable amount of attention.
There you go. It was a piling on. It was unfair, simple clerical or error. If these people did their due diligence as journalists and actually checked in with, the government and everything like that before running the story, they would have had this cleared up and the story never would have come out in the first place. But again, like Harry and Meghan have told us a million times, the British royal family, Charles, Camilla, William, and Kate are in bed with the press. It's a dog-eat-dog world over there. They all throw each other under the bus consistently. Harry refused to play that game. He said, if I'm going to talk about you, I'm going to do it, clearly. You will know it's me. And that's why a lot of people don't like him right now, right? They go, oh, he talks poorly about the royal family, this, that, and the other. They all talk poorly about each other. The only difference is that Harry will clearly say it. He's not, he's not going to do it behind his back. He's not going to do it under the guise of sources. Palace sources say this, that. When you hear palace sources, this, that, and the other, it's typically one of the other four. Harry says it clearly, and so voila. I think that, Charles, Camilla, William, Kate, whatever, went and put this story out there? No, not this one in particular. I do think that Charles or Camilla put out the story. Harry didn't want to stay in one of the homes that Charles offered him. They put that out there for sympathy because Charles looked petty. He looked stupid, not supporting his son, who flew to meet him when he found out that he had cancer. But this one, I think, was one of their cronies because remember, they're in bed with the press and the press has to, at all costs, always bring down Meghan and Harry. Always, 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 always. Go take a look at these pages. Did they celebrate the success of the Nigeria tour? A lot of them, no. What do they do instead? They publish a stupid article like this that turns out to be a huge nothing burger. Anyway, I am so happy that everything these two said about this family keeps on proving to be completely true. Once the veil had been lifted from me, like, it has all become so obvious and so apparent. Truly, truly fascinating stuff, honestly. Such a toxic family, such a toxic institution, such a toxic press. Wow, truly. Anyway, I'm so happy that that was cleared up practically instantly. And now we see that it was not the fault of the Archwell Foundation, Meghan, or Harry. And voila. Better luck next time, trying to find something to drag these people over. How does this come out all of a sudden on the heels of the wonderful tour that they did to help people for, to champion mental health, support for veterans? Like, imagine being so miserable that you take this moment that is not even about Meghan and Harry, but is about veterans, and you put out this type of garbage. You try to smear Harry. Oh, he didn't want to stay on these homes that I offered him. Meanwhile, I took away one of his homes. Right? I'm too busy to see him, Oh, there's some kind of clerical issue with their charity. Like this is what you want to talk about instead of uplifting veterans, instead of promoting mental health support amongst veterans? Like, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. It's crazy. It really, really is. Again, it's very fascinating to see the way some people are protected and some people are thrown to the wolves. Because there's something going on in that British royal family that I keep on covering, and a lot of the press is too scared to actually discuss. And that is what happened to Kate Middleton. Why has she not actually been legitimately seen, credibly seen, publicly seen since December of 2023? Okay, she has cancer. Well, sorry, she had cancer. Cancer cells have been present. They were removed, and she's doing preventative chemotherapy. But even if that's the case, whatever, she doesn't want to work right now. Go for a walk. Go for a bike ride. Do the school drop-offs. Isn't that what William does, this, that, and the other? Why hasn't she been credibly seen in public? It's something deeper than what they're telling us, you guys. It really, really is. And, despite that, the journalists here that are responsible for getting us the information, they're sleeping on that. And they're chasing stories over people who are no longer working royals anymore, who are not publicly funded anymore. Very, very interesting. Anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to Barcelona. Peace out. I got to finish packing my bags. I am going towards the sun. It has been just far too gloomy here. And you know what? They don't even investigate the fact that those photos released of those children are the same recycled photos from that chopped and screwed Mother's Day image that landed them on the untrustworthy sources list, Anyway, like I said, I'm chasing the sun. It's been gloomy in Paris for like months now, it feels like. We have some pockets of sun here and there. For example, Saturday, we did a beautiful picnic. It was wonderful, but not enough. So I said, let me go to the sun with some of my friends. So peace out. Bye. Let me know what you think about all of this. Congratulations to Meghan and Harry on their wonderful Nigerian tour. And shout out to the governor of California for calling out the toxic press and their pylon over these people. Absolutely disgusting. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, you guys. There will be more royal news as always. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.